Hello the channel, welcome back everyone. Hope you're all doing well. It's sunny in Scotland, so that's a bit of a shocker at this time of the year. I'm not used to having a decent summer. Anyway, enjoying getting a bit of sunshine in, and also we've got Celtic coming up this weekend. Still got a big weekend of European action. It's going to be one of the last ones, unfortunately, because we will be going into the summer. Obviously, a lot of leagues, a lot of weeks leagues winding down. There's lots of nice stuff happening though. Obviously, the MLS Masters, if you're qualified, which I haven't, and all the regions and everything open. As you can see, Real Madrid have actually put in a decent performance. They did start it by conceding, so that's a bit of a bummer. Pretty pleased with the selection overall. Bellingham's been pretty atrocious for me this season, to be honest. I'm regretting even buying him, although did get Modric into the lineup. A bit annoyed at myself not putting Arda Güler in because do use him quite a lot where I possibly can use him. He's a good scorer and really a sort of player I really like as well. So anyway, fifth at the moment. Barcelona etc. still to play tonight, so probably won't finish there. But depends on the results, and it's nice just to get a wee bit of cash back. Anyways, this weekend we've got the underdog running as well, which I'm not going to focus on too much. What I have actually done is pre-selected a few lineups, so we're going to do the general preview, have a look at the Celtic lineup, and then have a look at what I've actually drafted so far. Okay, so here we are on the preview. Sorare probabilities, S_probabilities on Twitter if you want to use the service. A lot of people maybe won't be playing so much through the summer, but really pretty useful for things like the MLS, which will give you a wee sneak preview of once we come to the end of this. So in terms of games for this weekend, Dortmund against Holstein Kiel, 3.86 XG. That's really, really high. 93% win percentage, 50% clean sheet percentage. All pretty good there if you've got some Dortmund players. Galatasaray looks as if they've got a pretty good fixture, 3 XG. I mean, 3.86 XG is just mad. Like, that's like right up there, to be honest. Like, you don't often see that. Galatasaray, good fixture there. Paris Saint-Germain. Obviously, the problem with Paris Saint-Germain is, like, they've won the league, so, you know, they're going to be preparing for Champions League final. Rosenborg are a sneaky one. 2.93 XG, 57% almost clean sheet percentage. The good thing with Rosenborg is they've just come out. Obviously, you can use them in contender over the summer and everything. Bear in mind, you've got to look ahead at the game weeks. Like, if they're playing and it's just them, then you're going to be getting into All-Star, which is one of the reasons that put me off buying them. Under 23 is a bit naff over the summer as well, so haven't really gone in, although that doesn't mean I might not go in at some point. Celtic against St Mirren, 2.84 XG, 51% clean sheet percentage. We'll do the Celtic preview after this before we look at the lineups as well. Fenerbahce against Eyüpspor. 2.83 XG, 47% clean sheet percentage. Yeah, there's one I expect Fenerbahce obviously to win. PSV against Sparta. I mean, what are Ajax doing? Honestly, like how have they chucked that away? Like, they were so far ahead. Incredible. PSV win that game. They're champions, so you'd expect them to be on it. PSV, I don't think will give up that chance, but Sparta are no mugs. They are a pretty decent team, so we'll see. I think PSV will win the league, but then everybody thought Ajax would have won the league, and they've just chucked it away. Bayern Munich and Bayern and München in Germany. Again, they are champions, probably be rotations, so it could be an opportunity to play some of your squad players or collecting pieces. Lyon against Angers, just play Sherky. That's my advice there. 2.56 XG, still pretty good clean sheet percentage. We've got Aston Villa against Tottenham. Tottenham seem to be having full focus on the final. The kind of, we're playing Man United and one of us is going to have a decent season, and the other one's going to get the manager sacked type final, like, you know, whatever. Dynamo Zagreb, interesting one. I mean, I suppose they've settled down a wee bit. 59% clean sheet. Sorry, the wrong one. Get the spectacles out. 57% clean sheet percentage. Molde don't really have in-season cards. Chelsea, Man United, you know, again, Chelsea are in a final as well, but they're playing for like Champions League and everything, so they're going to be taking that seriously, you would imagine. Barca against Villarreal is going to be an interesting one. I've recorded this before Barca play tonight, but they might have won the league, so you might see a bit of rotation there. Sporting, I think, is a good fixture. 55% clean sheet percentage, really high. 2.27 xG there. Anyone else sticking out? Ajax playing against 20, which is a tough fixture. I mean, they should have had it wrapped up by now. Crazy stuff. Nothing much else standing out. I mean, I'll leave it on the screen a wee bit. I mean, the thing is, around about 2xG is actually a pretty decent fixture. It's just there's a lot of good fixtures this weekend, and with there being a lot of good fixtures, a lot of, more favourable fixtures. But I would still say that a lot of these fixtures are pretty decent as well. If you've got guys on here, it's a team on the left-hand side. San Diego is a pretty good fixture in the MLS, for example. I think AZ have got a good fixture against Almere. Inter Miami are due to turn up. Real Madrid don't have any defenders, all that sort of jazz. I'm going to show you one of the cool features that you can have on MLS Spreadsheet. So for the sort of MLS competition, obviously, first and foremost, I've got this set to All-Star, my players only, and I've got it set to last 15 average score, max of 50. So it gives me an idea of guys who have a high projected score. You can see here, and like for like the underdog, etc. So you have to have a look, see who's going to be sort of starting, because you get a lot of these that sneak in. But like there's guys like Bilal Canus, interesting, Leo Sawyer, Renato Tapia, etc. There. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to the MLS and just see if I can give the guys a couple of ideas for the last 15 average under 50. So one of the things the sheet does now as well, gives in a projected AA score, which is quite handy to have as well. A couple of guys sort of stuck out for me here. So obviously you get start percentages with this as well. Prince Owusu is a wee bit of an interesting one. Not a guy I own myself, so I don't know as much about him. Nolan Norris was an interesting one. Projected score 79 and also projected AA at 24. So again, a player I don't really know, but if you're picking under 50 type guys for the MLS Masters, then you're going to be picking. You're not putting Messi in that slot, right? So Halongwani, interesting one. Obviously we've got these rolling locks and everything as well. Kerwin Vargas is there. Tom Pierce, again, a guy I don't really know that well. Patrick Aguimang's a guy I do know. Anderson Julio is there. Luca De La Torre, so projected 73, AA of 11 is pretty decent. Peyton Miller, good young player, obviously, for the Revs. There's guys in there like Ignatius Ganego, who projected AA of 1. That seems pretty accurate. Ivicic, so that's the Revs goalkeeper in there. I've got Boxall, Matt Polster. So you'll see these are guys who are projected to score in the 70s. So if you can get a guy who's the last 15 average of 50, score a 70, I think you've done pretty well. Leonardo Campana there, Tim Ream, Feingold, Philip Zinkernagel. There's probably the Gen 1. Zinkernagel is a cracking player. So he's only projected to do a 68 with a 6 AA, but he's the type of guy I would pick for the Masters. Anyways, on to what everybody's really here for. This is Celtic prediction. I actually did okay midweek. I think I got 8 out of 11. Celtic rotated horrendously, so I was pretty proud of that. I mean, my last weekend's effort was pretty poor. I did think that after Rodgers said he would make changes, he would, and then he sort of delayed that and did it midweek. So this is a projection as at Thursday night, as at 7 o'clock. I'll talk you through it, and then we'll have a look at some of the selections I've made for the weekend. Aiming to have a video for about 20 minutes. We're 9 minutes in just now, so hopefully not too long. Kasper Schmeichel, I'm pretty clear on again. I mean, Schmeichel come in, then Sinisalo, and I think Schmeichel will get this game before the cup final. I think Rodgers wanted to give Sinisalo some more minutes. It was a rotated team, but I think the starters will come back in here. 95% strong, but he is a starter, and he started all season. I think he will start. Greg Taylor, again, I think he'll come back in for Schlupp. Schlupp played midweek, didn't do much wrong, to be honest, but I think Greg Taylor will play at home. I think Celtic are trying to convince him to sign a new deal and stuff, so I think he'll be involved in Trophy Day. Liam Scales, again, I think, probably come back in. Got rest midweek. And the other position, I've got Vickers and Trusty. Maybe it should be Vickers and Novrocky, to be honest, because Novrocky was really good against Aberdeen. It was interesting to see him in that position because he is right-footed. I do think that Vickers has been pulled out the midweek game, etc., and the other one just to make sure he's ready for the final. He's had a heavy schedule. He does have injury problems from time to time, and there's a bit of chatter about he wasn't too far off making the Aberdeen squad. So I do think he'll start here, but if I get any news on that, I'll let you know. Alistair Johnson, I think, is a pretty good choice. He came on against Aberdeen. Ralston started, and I think he'll probably start this game. Cal McGregor seems to start every game. He does get a rest these days because he doesn't play international games, so I think it's managing his season a bit better. Arne Engels started on the bench against Aberdeen. Celtic played very well, to be honest, but again, I think Rodgers will want him to be part of Trophy Day. If he doesn't start, I think he'll come on for the bench. Luke McCown, I'm pretty certain on. I don't know, I mean, obviously, the wee guy McCardle is only 17. Came on and he looked really, really good. Honestly, he looks a top prospect, so I wouldn't rule out a sort of Sean McCardle start or whatever, but I think that with Hatate injured that Luke McCown will start. Hatate took a bad kick at the end of the game, so what happened was it was kind of 50-50. The guy sort of kicked him, came through and hit him, and it's just jolted his knee, and he was like a ice in his knee, so I don't think it's one of those like Jota's had, but I don't see him making the weekend. I think James Forrest will start. He's got this record he's going for where he will have scored a goal in every season for 16 years in a row at Celtic. He hasn't scored yet this season. I think everybody's desperate for him to score. I think he'll probably start this weekend. I think Maeda will be back. Look out for news in that. I mean, it was more a niggle that kept him out midweek, and I think that Rodgers just protecting him for the cup final coming up. Remember, if Celtic win the cup final the week after this game, Celtic win the treble, which is a great achievement. So there we go. I do think that with Ida starting midweek, maybe he'll be rotated out. In fact, sorry, Ida didn't start midweek. Johnny Kenny started midweek. So if Maeda isn't fit, if there's news he isn't fit, it'll be between Ida and Johnny Kenny. Kenny could get the start again. The other position, Kieran Yang's a real interesting one. I mean, Yang was excellent. It'll be a wee bit hard done to not get a start again, but he's not played much this season, and I think that Brendan's just building Nicholas Kuhn up again for the final. I will be shocked if Nicholas Kuhn and Maeda, etc., don't start the final for the treble. Shocked, but you never know. It could happen, and I think that even if these guys start this game, you might see them getting 50, 60, 70 minutes, rotated off, make sure they're fresh for next week, fresh for the celebrations, all that type of stuff. I think it's going to be a strong team. If I was to pick an SO5 team out of that, Schmeichel, I think Liam Scales scores pretty well at home. I wouldn't put you off picking a Scales or a Johnson, even a Greg Taylor. Taylor's prone to doing high scores. Cal McGregor's usually pretty good at home. McCown's a sneaky one. I don't think he'll be as good as Aberdeen because Engels, when he starts on sets, well, you might find McCown getting the left-footed sets and Engels getting the right-footed sets. Up front, James Forrest a mid, so that's an interesting one. You could go with any of, I think, Maeda, Ida, Nicholas Kuhn, or there's Yang forward cards as well. Pretty tough call amongst those. You could go for something mental, pick Johnny Kenny, like that's your own choice if you do that. But he scored his first goal for Celtic midweek, which is great. Anyways, as a bit of a treat, since we've just had a win, I'm just going to show you my initial drafts. Now, bear in mind, these are initial drafts. I haven't done any arena teams yet, haven't done any underdog teams yet. I'm going to use the spreadsheet for that, try and filter things down a wee bit. If you are interested in using Sorare probabilities, give me a shout. I know we'll be a bit quieter for Igalo there because come to the end of the European season, but building back up towards Europe again. If you want to use Predictor5, we've got coverage. I'm a predictor. I don't own Predictor5, but there's coverage across the summer as well. Use code McBrides. In-season cants, as I call them. Verbruggen, Van Hecke. It's against Liverpool's tough one, but Liverpool won the league. Right now, we've got stuff to play for. Yeah, I'm missing a few Crystal Palace cards and everything as well, so I'm going to go with that. Team 2, I've gone with some Brighton guys as well, just kind of pretty much full stack, although Enciso is playing against Ipswich. Classic, I don't know if Liverpool even put out that team. La Liga, Real Madrid look like they're actually going to win me something midweek, which is good. I'm going to split them up again though, because they're playing against Sevilla away. Also, I think I'll need to see what happens with Barcelona tonight. If it's a dead rubber, then Real Madrid could just put out a lot of these academy guys that have been coming on recently. So I'm going to review that again tomorrow. MLS wise, Nashville have been really good at home, so I need to kind of have a look at this because I feel as if I might want to stack him a bit more. Now, the thing is, at the moment, Walker Zimmerman's out. He's one of the strong scorers, so find it a bit difficult because, Najar does pretty well, which makes me want to put him in the first team I'm putting out. Jack Maher doesn't really score that well. I need Zimmerman back. Having Lozano's been excellent. Big Will for Zaha there. Playing Carlos Gil in this, I'm not really bothered about streaks, to be honest. It's just a waste of time for me. Like, obviously, if I've got like an in-season Messi and I've got like another team beyond Nashville, then it's worth going for. But for having one team stack, it's just a complete and utter waste of time. So that's what I mean. It's not a waste of time going for the Masters or doing it in limited or whatever. It's a waste of time for me personally. Champion wise, I've got a few decent teams in here. I quite like this one. Caprile, Pavlovic, Luka Modric, Ryan Shirkane, Lees Melu. I think that's a banger. Could do pretty well there as well. I don't have many limited ones left. But again, Sigris, he's starting to get a game now. Challenger, I've kind of felt as if I hit the bar a bit in. I do like my first team. I mean, Kakir, Skriniar, Tadic, good fixture. Benny Nygren at home. Quaresma, a bit of an outside wild card there, but been doing very well for Sporting there too. I love this this rare one I've got for D1 as well. Kakir, Skriniar, Tadic. I would have put the goalkeeper in, but like obviously Livakovic and Egri Bayat have been rotating those Simhens. Oh, I love that card. That's just like a classic old card there as well. Contender, I've only picked one team so far. I'm teasing you here. I haven't picked Celtic yet, but I did tell you earlier what I was thinking about Celtic. I'm going for George Brune, high clean sheet percentage. Kim Young-won's been sensational. One of the stars of the win in the Heritage or Harangue. Kosam Bean's been brilliant. Big Felipe, the big bald, and Sho Sasaki. So that's the first one I picked there. I picked a few under 23 teams. My third team, obviously, Sinisal, was just a bit of a gamble. Can't get relegated in the Super Rare. It's absolutely magic. I like this team. Polster, been pretty good. Aaron Zenter, class. Coxu, difficult game against Braga. Balitwisha has been class. Michael Society, Rosenberg have been really good. So he's a kind of sneaky one. That's a good team as well. But, obviously, Mike Herbuishen. I'm going to change that, actually. I'm not going to captain him because he's playing against PSV, and I think PSV will be up for it, score a few goals. So I could go for Liho J, or I could go for Luis Henrique. He's due a banger, Luis Henrique, by the way. Every time I captain him, he's rubbish. Well, not rubbish, he's like just not like you think he's going to do like sort of quite big scores, and it's not particularly rubbish, but your expectations are quite high. So there we go. I've covered a lot there. We've done the game week preview. We've given some options for the MLS, shown you some lineup selection stuff. We've covered the Celtic lineup all in under 20 minutes. I think that's a world record. I must be just want to go back out and enjoy that sunshine again. Anyways, what else we got running? If you want to look back at the last video, it's under 10 minutes. It was an absolute banger. Smash all the instructions on there. If you want to enter, we're giving away a tier 1 under 23 rare goalkeeper, and also a tier 1 limited card since season as well. So a couple of good prizes been given away for the video as well, just to commemorate that huge win, which was an absolutely amazing weekend. Might actually hold for some with Real Madrid. What is going on? What is it in the air in Scotland? It's sunny. Real Madrid are winning me some cash. Everything's going well. Celtic will be away soon though, so I'll be away to cry in the corner. Anyway, that's it. Thanks very much, everybody, for watching again. I do really appreciate it. It might be a bit quieter with videos over the summer because obviously we've got some sort of downtime, but I'll still, if I'm playing the contender stuff, J-League, K-League, etc., try and get some insights on there. But I'm not going to be rushing out the videos as much when I'm not doing the Celtic previews, so there might be some gaps where I'm just getting absolutely bevied for the Celtic Flag Day title celebration or the treble celebrations. Anyway, we've got to end it now in under 20 minutes and end it in customary fashion. Playing this weekend. Good luck and good luck and go fuck. I nearly forgot. Good luck. Good luck and go fuck. Cheers.